Hello, fellow book nerds, and welcome to one more month and wrap up video. This time it's really special because February was the month of love. We just finished all the romantic vibes, and March is coming up with Women's Day very soon. So we thought, why should we give you women recommendations or romance recommendations? Let's merge it together with a few romance reads written by women authors. Here are some of my faves, and let's just jump right in. The first is The Charm Offensive. The number of people I've recommended this book to last year, it's insane. Seriously, this is a really sweet story about like a reality TV show in which there are, if you like gay romance, this is for you, by the way, where there's a host and then a guy. It's kind of like The Bachelors, where there's this one guy and many women, and they kind of have to compete to get his love, and the winner gets to marry him and everything. But unfortunately, and this is not a spoiler, the host and the guy who's supposed to be the bachelor end up falling in love, and things get really messy, and it's so sweet and heartwarming. It also talks about certain themes like mental health and depression and anxiety and social anxiety and the loss of breakup and all that, and just pick it up. It's amazing. There isn't one person I haven't recommended this to. And another recommendation for everyone is, of course, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. You must have, you don't need me to recommend this to you. You must have seen this everywhere on TikTok, like, and Book Talk and Instagram and everywhere, because this was all the rage. Because even though this talks about the life of a celebrity who it's very hard to imagine she's a made-up character, Evelyn Hugo, it sounds like seriously the conspiracy and everything about her life. It sounds very realistic, but the love in this, apart from the seven husbands, of course, there's one person who Evelyn Hugo truly loved, and it's the main reason why you should read this book, because it will hit you in the feels. Honestly, you'll really, really like it. It actually made me cry in the end because there's this unexpected twist. So, not giving anything else away. Next is Beach Read by the one and only Emily Henry. She's also come up with book lovers and people we meet on vacation, I guess. Both which I really loved, but we are focusing on this right now because this was one of my favorite stories, because it talks about these two writers. Both of them are going through writer's block, and they happen to meet each other on a vacation where they have come to kind of get more creative, and they decide to swap genres so that one person is a hopeless romantic and the other is a serious literary type, and they both decide to swap genres, and of course they end up falling in love. It's a really nice read. I really liked it. Do check it out. Next is The Flat Share by Beth O'Leary. Guys, I really liked how comical and funny this was, but at the same time the very deep message it conveyed. So it talks about this guy and girl who both live in the same flat. One stays in the morning, one drops by at night, because one works in a night shift, one works in a day shift. The two of them have not ever met each other. They just share the same flat and sleep on the same bed and bath in the same bathroom. They share everything, but they have never met each other, and then one day they do. And the reason I found this to be really sweet is because of the cute notes they leave each other, even though they don't meet in person. The girl just writes the guy notes and leaves them like, hey, I've left you some leftovers in the fridge, you can eat it for dinner. And the guy just leaves a bunch of shawls and scarves under the bed, and he writes her a note like, hope you like these. And their lives just keep merging together, and it's really nice, especially because it talks about love and various other themes as well. I really enjoyed this. I read it in a single day despite it being close to 400 pages. It's really nice. And Beth O'Leary recently launched another book called The Switch, and maybe I Amazon ordered it today, who knows. I am going to talk about Sally Rooney, but I'm not going to talk about normal people. I'm going to talk about another book that is equally toxic, which is Conversations with Friends. I really like how Sally Rooney likes to make all her characters very toxic. And while you're reading the story, you still root for them, even though you know their romance is not going to work out. That's not a spoiler. Sometimes the romance works out, or maybe not. Who knows? But read the book to find out. The romance is so toxic, and the characters are hateable in every possible sense. This is actually one of the lesser known and lesser loved Sally Rooney books. I mean, there's one more called Beautiful World, Where Are You?, which is one of her most recent ones, and that one was actually in between Normal People and this. Normal People was the best one, of course. This is okay. It's still quite good. I didn't want to say Normal People because everybody's talking about that, but hey, this is equally with Toxic Friends, and you can finish it in a day because it's quite big. It's got a lot of conversations in the middle because it's conversations with friends, of course. But anyways, do check it out. It's equally hyped up, don't worry. And next is Red, White and Royal Blue, which is again a gay romance. I really think people need to normalize gay romance, because see, it was really hard even for me to get into it, because I'm straight. So I found it really hard to get into romance between two same-sex characters. That was kind of hard for me to imagine and get into, but this one was really nice. It's like, I don't want to give anything away, but let's just say it's a forbidden romance between two characters who, like, their families are rivals. Like, one of them, like, one person's parent is the president of the United States and the other person is from the British Union. So it's really hard to say this without giving anything away, but let's just say it's forbidden romance between one person from the US, one from the UK, and their families are rivals and they are trying to, like, get into all political stuff together, and then these two guys go and fall in love and things get messy. We love that. So finally we have, of course, The Hating Game by Sally Thorne, another Sally who writes like she really likes writing toxic characters, just like Sally Rooney. So this is about two people who meet in an office and they hate each other. It's like hate at first sight, but at the same time they need to get into this relationship of, like, circumstance, because pretending to be in love with each other could be beneficial to either of them in some way or the other, which is why they kind of get into a fake dating relationship. And I don't want to reveal anything else. I'm not even going to reveal to you whether they get together in the end or not, because that itself would be a big spoiler. Just check it out. It's really good. Quite romantic as well. Quite steamy in a few scenes. Really steamy romance, of course. Before I wind up, a few special mentions I really wish to talk about, because how could I not talk about these? One is, of course, Pride and Prejudice by the Queen, Jane Austen. I hated this book. Let me be very honest. I really hated this book, because when I read it, I was in, like, my second year of college, which was my whole feminism phase and everything. And of course, Jane Austen has given a very transparent view about how things are in this. But at the same time, it really pissed me off the way women are treated, the way male chauvinism works. And a lot of people love Mr. Darcy, of course. But I hated I hated him. I hated the movie. I hated the TV show. I hated every adaptation of this that came out, but it's a romance book written by a female author, so it's in the list. You can come up with your own conclusions, of course. And the next one is, of course, The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. This is actually a romance story that happens in one single day. I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. I liked how they played with emotions, especially my emotions in this, apart from the characters, and the romance is really good. Next is The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. This is something I bought quite recently and I lent it to a friend just now, so I'm not able to show it to you right now. But the reason I really like this is because it talks about grief and loss really well, apart from love, of course. It's a very romantic story about a person who can see ghosts, but it's a very romantic story and it will make you think a lot, which, in my opinion, a romance story need not necessarily be full steamy romance and love at first sight and all that. I really like it when there's something else going on and romance is just one of the aspects, or two characters are discovering something together and they happen to fall in love on the way. Those are some of the tropes I really like and I highly recommend these. Do check them out. Let me know how your February month was. What were your plans for Valentine's Day in terms of reading? What's up for Women's Day? What are you planning to read? Which authors are you planning to support? Stay tuned for the next video coming very soon. Thanks for watching.